This week on the Digital Coffee, LinkedIn has upgraded creator mode. Should you be using it? We'll find out. Jack has left Twitter, and Facebook wants to make it easier for you to create your next Facebook business page post. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb, and I am grasping my coffee stroke tea, stroke green tea, stroke water. I am grasping my cup because, as you know, if you're a regular viewer, and I can see we've got a new viewer today. Hello, Howard Howie. If you're a new viewer, it is customary for you to tell me what's in your mug. What are you drinking while you are enjoying the digital coffee? If you do that and you are watching on Facebook, so do put your hands up if you are watching on Facebook, you will get a copy of the Digital Coffee newspaper by Messenger straight into your inbox so that you can digest these stories in more detail. If you leave any comment, doesn't have to be about what's in your cup. If you are watching on YouTube, and I can see we've got Deirdre and Howard Howie here, so you can see at the top of the chat, hopefully I remembered to pin the link to where you can sign up to get that Digital Coffee newspaper. It's also in the description. And before we get into the news, one more thing. At 10:30 a.m, on Twitter, you can join myself and May King Sang to discuss this news in more detail. You can come, you can have your say, you can tell me I'm wrong, because I'm always happy to hear that. So do join us. There is a pinned tweet at the top of my Twitter feed at Spiderworking, which will bring you into that chat at 10:30 a.m. We also have a question of the week. Of course, if you don't want to tell me what you're drinking, you can answer the question. Is downvoting, I just flicked that up really quickly, so I'll do it again. Is downvoting, so if you are a Reddit user, you'll be very familiar with this, is downvoting comments on social media posts a good idea? You're drinking Darjeeling. I can see why you get on with May King, Howard Howie. I think I can only say it when I say both names at the same time. I can see why you get on with May King if you're into your fancy Darjeeling tea. Right, let's move on.
Hello, this is Nicole from Wonderstars, and you are watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
What happens when a CEO leaves a company? A CEO, of course, is the big boss in charge of big corporations. Does it change the company completely? Why are they leaving? Often it's because there's, something's gone wrong and they have to take the fall for that. Or maybe it's because shareholders wanted rid of them, or maybe they felt like they were ousted out of the company. And in the world of social media, the CEOs, they're celebrities. Let's think we've got Mark Zuckerberg. Everyone knows who he is and what he looks like. And over on Twitter, if you are a tweeter, you'll know about Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is the Mark Zuckerberg of Twitter. Or he was. Because this week he stood down as CEO. He passed the mantle on to somebody who is a good friend of his and somebody who has been working on developing some of the features that we now see coming to Twitter, but he's gone. So firstly, we have to ask, does this matter? Is our Twitter experience going to change because of this? Well, hopefully only in the way that it was going to change anyway. Hopefully this is a good thing. The new guy, I'm really embarrassed that I've forgotten his name. I will tell you his name again. But the new guy, as I said, good friend of Jack's, has been working with him closely to develop some of the new features. So it looks like Twitter will continue to innovate in the way it has previously. We don't see any major clash happening. So hopefully we are just going to see Twitter getting better and better in the way that it has. Then we have to ask, why has he gone? There has been some unrest amongst the shareholders who really wanted to see a better growth in Twitter because it had been stagnant for so long. And again, Jack Dorsey, also known as just Jack on Twitter, has been growing the company towards that. It is growing. It may hit its targets that the shareholders have sent. But I think, moving him out of the way will placate them somewhat. It will look like, they really are going to make a difference. Now, none of this really matters to us as businesses, as long as they don't mess up Twitter, right? So the final thing is, again, why has he left? He's left because he runs two businesses, perhaps. He was the CEO of Twitter, and his company Square, which has just changed its name to blockchain. He's very into his Bitcoin. He's really into the future of crypto and how that he sees it helping people around the world. And I think this is his mission. So I think that is the real reason he's left. So maybe we don't need to panic yet. We'll just have to see how the new guy does. I can see I've got a long company. Yes. Howard Howie needs to be the next CEO of Twitter. Let me be the next CEO, and you'll get an edit button, but only to edit for 5 minutes after the post. So racists can't hide behind editing if pulled up by the press afterwards. Okay, very good. Will we see an edit button now? This is the big thing. It was always Jack that said no, and maybe this is Jack's way of introducing the edit button. He was going, well, I can't, you can't do it. Well, I'm here because I always said I'd never do it. But now, new guy, do the edit tweet button because everyone really wants it. Okay, let's move on.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Now, if you are a CEO, or if you are a solo business, much like myself, I am a one-person business, or if you are a creator, LinkedIn are giving you something new, because LinkedIn could really be a great channel for you to build, I hate this term, build your personal brand. It could be a place to build your authority. And it always has been to some extent. But how can you shine above all the people that are just job seeking? Creator mode. Creator mode is something that LinkedIn introduced a while ago. Every time I open LinkedIn on my phone, it says, do you want to enable creator mode? I click yes, and then I realize I have to do loads of work to do it. So I haven't done it yet. But I tell you what, there are some new features that are going to make me do it, and they are there now. So if you switch to creator mode, you will now get LinkedIn live streaming. I have been applying for LinkedIn live streaming since it came out. They've never given it to me. I mean, clearly that's a stupid decision not to give it to me, but they've never given it to me. All I need to do now is switch to creator mode. I will get it. Nice one. They're also going to give you newsletters. Jury's a little bit out about newsletters for me. Anyway, because newsletters are a bit like the Twitter newsletters. You can subscribe, and you can actually use it to send and gather all your emails to all your subscribers. You can import subscribers from your other lists. But if I'm subscribed to, I think, 3, because when they first tested them, were 3 people that invited me to join them. And you know what? There's only one I look at, and I delete the others as soon as they come in. So I'm not convinced about newsletters, but again, if LinkedIn is your main platform and your audience is there, maybe it is a way to distribute your email marketing as well. And most excitingly, they say that by being a creator, you could get featured on LinkedIn. It could help boost your posts to more people. And if they like what you do, they will feature your content so that you will get there further. You will reach out further into the LinkedIn ecosystem. They had me at live streaming, to be honest. I'm definitely going to go and upgrade my account if I can work out how. Hopefully I'll just open it up on my phone and they'll offer it to me. I'm excited about these innovations. I think particularly, for a solo business, it's very hard. You're managing a company page. This is kind of a halfway point. You will be able to manage your profile much more like a company, much more efficiently, and much more as I'm going to say those words again, personal brand. Okay, good morning to Marie Fleming. Hello. There's somebody on Facebook. You haven't all abandoned me on Facebook. I know YouTube is better, but still, just by saying that, then they're not going to distribute this video now. Great to see you. An edit button would be amazing. Yeah, because, for me, it's typos because I can't type with my phone, but that doesn't stop me trying. So I think, an edit button, just so I could get rid of the stupid thing that I typed 2 seconds ago, would be really useful. And aside from what Howard Howie is suggesting, on Facebook, you can look at an edit history from someone. So it's not completely gone. You'll be able to see what I tweeted originally in my typey bad way. And you'll be able to see what I corrected it to. So I think it could be quite a good thing.
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the firm of Creator, and you have been watching the Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
We all know Reels on Instagram are amazing, right? Because they do tend to get a lot more reach than your regular posts. Or actually, it's not about a lot more reach. It's about the people you reach with Reels. Because Reels, as we discovered when they updated the Instagram statistic recently, tend to reach way more people outside of your existing audience. So it's a really good way to attract new followers. But to engage with an Instagram reel, you had 2 options. You could like it, which, I do quite regularly, or you could comment on it. And that's a big commitment, right? Because we've just found out I can't type with my phone. So it's going to take me a long time to comment on something. There was no in between, really. And engagement is important. Engagement is important because if people engage with your content, they're more likely to remember you. And, well, I'll tell you what the feature is first before the new cool thing I think you'll be able to do with it. The new feature for Instagram Reels is a new sticker that you can add, and this sticker will be familiar to you. It is the poll sticker previously seen on Instagram stories. And some people are saying they've had this for a while, but it is a slow rollout. So if you've had it for a while, great. But this is coming to an Instagram account near you soon. You'll be able to add the poll sticker exactly the same way that you do in stories, and people will be able to engage with it. So what I love about this is a proactive engagement. This is something that means somebody has seen your reel. They've not just clicked the like button and moved on. They've actually thought about what you've said and they've reacted to it. So it's a really good way to gauge whether your reel is hitting the right people. And if it is like on Instagram stories, you'll be able to see who has engaged with your reel, who's clicked the poll, and maybe even follow up with some of those people. So, if you had a new lead magnet, for example, and you were talking about it in a entertaining way, because reels can't just be boring videos. If you were talking about it in an entertaining way, you could have who wants the lead magnet, and you could have the poll saying yes please or no thanks, and the people that say yes please, you could direct message them a link to it, just like you can on stories. So I love this way of being able to engage people more with impulse, and I love the idea that we could use this actually for business purposes. Good morning to Kate, who is my Instagram buddy. She's great at Instagram. I always have to ask her when I'm stuck. Good morning to Kate. Good morning, Making. I agree, Amanda. Edit button would be great for my typos and fat fingers. Now, if Making, who is like a super tweeter, says she's got fat fingers, you can imagine that mine must be like the size of this room because, Making tweets a storm. So what can I say? What can I say? I will say, what is next?
Hi, I'm Danielle from Webb, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
YouTube is a search engine. Google have always told us this, and I think it's stuck. It's stuck. YouTube is a search engine. I would like to say it's not exactly a search engine in the traditional sense, but it sees itself as a search engine. But the problem is, it's incomplete. People go and they type things into YouTube and they don't find an exact video match for what they were looking for. So how can they resolve this problem? They're resolving it by adding a new feature called YouTube Search Analytics. And YouTube Search Analytics is really cool. So if you are a creator on YouTube, you will find these analytics within your analytics pane. Well, you will soon. I don't have them yet. Thanks, YouTube. I don't have them yet, but you will find these statistics and you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to find out what people who view your videos were searching for when they found your videos. But it will also show you that if there wasn't a direct keyword match for that search term, it will say there's a content gap, and that's what those little labels are up there. It will say there is a content gap. A video needs to be produced for this. Even better, not just for your viewers, you can go into another tab and you can find out, you can type in any keyword. You could type in just a word like cats, and you'll see the search terms people are typing in to find videos about cats. And if it is a keyword that is producing no exact keyword results, they will say there is a content gap. You'll also be able to see are the high search volumes for that term as well, or low search volumes. This is a win-win, because if you're a creator, you'll be able to find the videos you need to create to get an audience, exact keywords that you should be targeting. If you are YouTube, you are helping creators complete your search engine to make sure as many search terms as possible are completed. So if you're on YouTube, or if you're considering YouTube, this is going to be an amazing tool. I'm sure the likes of TubeBuddy, who are an SEO tool for YouTube, are going to be quaking in their boots a little bit. But I do also imagine they'll be able to use this data to improve their keyword recommendations. I think it's great news. Good morning to James. Do let me know what's in your mug, James. Are you drinking tea or coffee? What are you up to? And James is one of the people who regularly joins us at 10:30 a.m. for the Digital Coffee After Show, where myself and Making Sang and anyone else that wants to join in discuss the latest news, discuss what we're talking about right now. So don't forget to join us at 10:30 a.m. The tweet is pinned to the top of my Twitter profile where you're able to access spaces. My Twitter profile is spider working. Okay, I've forgotten what button I clicked, so now I'll just click a random one.
I'm Ant McGinley and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
You can now register your business as a business on TikTok. What does that mean? Well, according to TikTok, it does not mean that you are a verified business. No, it doesn't mean you're a verified business, but it does give you some additional features, and it's totally worth it. Let me just spoil it by saying it is totally worth registering as a business. Now, when you register as a business, you get your category put on your profile. I know that doesn't sound exciting. That's not the exciting news. At the moment, you can choose your business category when you set up your business account, but it doesn't appear on your profile. When you register as a business, it will. I'm imagining this is all going to help search on TikTok at some stage, so that could be part of it. The next bit is the good bit. You're going to get early access to new business features. I'm excited about this, and I don't really use TikTok. I think this is a real incentive to register your business, because those of you who like shiny things, don't we all like shiny things? If you are on TikTok for business, you're going to be able to access these new features, to test these new features and see if they work for you, which puts you way ahead of the game. There's two downsides. One, I haven't been offered the chance to register my business yet. I tried last night. Nothing there. The second downside is that when you're filling in your business information, when you are there registering your business, just double check it, triple check it, because once you've registered, you can't change that information for 3 months. All in all, I think this is good. We can see how all the social networks are trying to incentivize us to do stuff by giving us stuff. We've seen it with LinkedIn, with the creator mode. We're seeing it with YouTube, with this new search algorithm, and now we're seeing it in TikTok. Good morning, Deirdre. Again. So Google is Googleizing YouTube with search options. Well, they've always, I think when I started this business, one of the first things I did is I had a friend in Google, and I got invited to one of those digital garage things, which, now they're huge, but it was much smaller at the time. I felt really important when I went there. And it was about YouTube. And the first thing they said is like, YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. Now, I would like to just say it's not a search engine as we think of it, but it is a search engine for video content, which I think is really important. So yes, they are Googleizing it. But anyone that creates on YouTube will know that that keyword research has always been a massive part of the content you create. It's the first thing I do when I create a YouTube video. Before I even think of the idea, I'll go and do the keyword research to make sure somebody's searching for it. The problem is it's not always accurate. This coming from YouTube, I think, will be just amazing because it has to be accurate, right? They're Google. They know what people are searching for.
Hey, I'm Christine Gritman, and you are watching The Digital Coffee with social media superstar Amanda Webb.
So what happens when you're busy at the moment? It's coming up to Christmas. You're probably busy. Like, I don't sell for Christmas. I'm busy. So you go and you think every day, oh, I should really post something on social media. What will I post? And, you've got so many other things on your mind. You just can't think what you should post. No, I know you should be scheduling it in advance, or you should hire a social media manager, but you haven't. So, what will I post today? Facebook wants to help you. Well, it wants to help you on your Facebook company page anyway. A new feature coming to Creator Studio is designed to help inspire your next post. When you go into it, you'll be able to see trending hashtags for your industry. So it'll give you an idea of how you might get some more reach using those hashtags. It will also show you post inspiration, and you can choose if that comes from a specific page. You can choose a specific page. Just one note here, I wouldn't be looking at your direct competitors page, because the last thing you want to do is copy their content. Don't do that. You can choose categories of pages. I saw at the top on the screenshots that I've seen, because again, I don't have this yet, I saw that you can choose platform as well. So even though this is in Facebook Creator Studio, you should be able to choose Instagram to get Instagram inspiration. And you'll be able to see the top posts, how well they're performing. That should give you that little spark of inspiration that will help you create your own. And of course, this isn't just going to be for what do I post today on social media. This could help you plan your content into the future. So if you have a posting schedule where you sit down once a week and schedule, you can sit down and you can work out your content plan for that weekly schedule on an ongoing basis. I think this is great. I do think a lot of businesses will just use it to look at their competitors and copy them, but the really smart people will look beyond that and do something way more interesting. James is drinking, if I click the button correctly, a rich roast fair trade instant coffee from the Co-op with soya milk. I'm a bit jealous that it's coffee, but I'm not jealous of the soya milk, although I used to drink soya milk in my coffee and it tasted fine. So I was going to say it didn't sound nice, but actually, rich roast. I might go for my coffee. No, I can't go for my coffee. I've got to finish. You've got to finish the show, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
How can you improve the quality of conversations on social media? Well, we know this is something that Twitter has been working on for quite some time. And maybe they found a way. Now, when this feature originally came out, I didn't like the sound of it. The feature being downvoting. So when you see a Twitter conversation going on, you're able to see replies to the initial tweet, and you would be able to click the downvote button, which according to Twitter, when you click the downvote button, it means that the tweet is irrelevant or unhelpful. And that would push it down the conversation thread, or I imagine it would push it down the conversation thread. I'm yet to see it in action. Now, I wasn't a fan of this because if people can downvote, won't they just all bully people by downvoting stuff and getting off the screen? And, because people can see how many downvotes it got, that would be really horrible. But that's the thing. People can't see how many downvotes you got. No, it is a private thing. It is a private thing. So you will be able to privately downvote comments that you think are irrelevant or unhelpful, which will give Twitter a cue to, okay, maybe this person is irrelevant and unhelpful in the future, or maybe they will demote that content. Or, you know, sometimes you see hidden replies because they have swearing in or adult content. I always open those because I'm always, well, what did they say? What could they say that's worse than what the people said in this thread already? Maybe it will end up there. In general, I do think it's a really interesting way to let users police the sort of content that they want to see and they find helpful. And that was always part of Jack Dorsey's vision, was to give users control in able to make conversations, make Twitter a safer space. Whether his big blue sky, which is what he called it, thinking about this would ever actually work, I don't know. But I have to say, I'm interested now that I know it's not public, I'm interested to see how this downvote button works. And that is it for the Digital Coffee for today. It's been great to see so many of you, and big kisses to people who watch on YouTube. We're a year doing this show on YouTube now, and I know sometimes the YouTube viewers overtake the Facebook viewers. So Facebook, you just need to show it to more people, right? Okay. I will be back. Same bat time, same bat place next week, but don't forget to join myself and Making at 10:30 a.m. on Twitter to have your say. To say, Amanda, you're an idiot, downvoting is a really bad idea. Come and say it on our Twitter chat our Twitter space at 10:30 a.m. Bye-bye.